Hello, hi, dear friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show, as usual. And today in the T20 World Cup 2014, what really we are seeing is we are seeing only one match today. So normally we see two matches on a T20 World Cup, but today it's only one match which is being played. So just looking at those matches which are being played, there's only one match and the match has just finished, and this was the host Bangladesh who had actually qualified for the Super 10, but unfortunately in their first game after qualifying for the Super 10, Bangladesh were, I'm sure the Bangladeshi fans would have been absolutely disappointed because they went down without a fight to a West Indies score of 171 for 7, and they were bowled out for 98 by the West Indies. And for West Indies, this will be something that they will definitely take it, because as you know, their batting struggled against India the other day, but today this was the first win for the defending champions T20 World Cup, and definitely West Indies showed what champion stuff they are made of and why they are the defending T20 World Cup champions. Well, they definitely played well. But just talking about the game here, for West Indies were the ones who actually batted first here, but I'm sure the Bangladeshi crowd that had come in plenty at the Sher-e-Bangla National Stadium in Mirpur would have been thoroughly disappointed, because as said, Bangladesh went down without a fight. West Indies were the ones who batted first. In fact, the toss was won by Bangladesh, who inserted West Indies into bat, and West Indies, well, they got a very good opening stand of 97 for the first wicket between Dwayne Smith, the smasher, and Chris Gayle. Now, what I would like to talk about, the partnership was worth 97 runs, and the person who was actually blazing away, hitting fours and sixes, was the big hitter Dwayne Smith, the opener, who contributed 72 of 43 balls with 10 fours and 3 sixes. But can you believe it? Chris Gayle played an innings which was absolutely uncharacteristic innings from him. He had gone into his shell. There was no intent on the part of Chris Gayle to play his strokes, and in that partnership, Chris Gayle, if you look at his innings, he made 48 runs off as many balls with 3 fours and 2 sixes. But can you believe it? Chris Gayle was out in the 18th over. Well, I can't believe it, because Chris Gayle, the way he played, I mean, one would have understood if Chris Gayle might have made 150 runs after playing 18 overs and gone. But here, Chris Gayle made only 48 runs of 48 balls with 3 fours and 2 sixes. According to Gayle standards, it was a really snail-paced innings. One does not know whether it was the good bowling from the Bangladeshi bowlers, or whether it was a half-fit Chris Gayle playing. One does not really know, because there was no intent on his part of really trying to attack the Bangladeshi bowling. And well, the questions are being asked. I know a lot of talk is going on as far as Twitter is concerned on Chris Gayle, but unfortunately that was the innings that he played. Barring the Dwayne Smith and Chris Gayle, Dwayne Smith onslaught for 72 of 43 balls and 10 fours and 3 sixes, and Chris Gayle making a runner ball stuff, even though he made a runner ball stuff, but as I said, it was absolutely contrary to Chris Gayle's hitting standards. He was gone for 48 of 48 balls with 3 fours and 2 sixes. There's nothing to really talk about. Lendl Simmons was out. I would say it's a very silly stumping. The very first ball that he faced, he got a ball from Shakib Al Hasan down the leg side, and Lendl Simmons, he has actually seen back and saw Mushfiqur Rahim actually getting the ball, and he is trying to actually go outside the crease, and that was absolutely silly run out as far as Lendl Simmons was concerned. He was gone for a duck. After that, Marlon Samuels briefly made 18 of 22 balls with 1 4, and Darren Sammy towards the end cracking 14 of 5 balls with 3 fours. But then Al Amin Hussain came in and bowled a wonderful final over in the 20th over, in which he gave away only 2 runs of the bat and 2 runs of byes. Splendid over, and I thought Al Amin Hussain was to be credited for not only bowling the initial spell well to Gayle and Smith, and also coming back in the death overs and really contributing in a big way for Bangladesh to keep West Indies to 171, with Al Amin Hussain picking up 3 wickets in that particular over to finish with figures of 3 for 21. Russell was out for a duck. Dwayne Bravo was out for a duck. Dinesh Ramadhan was out for a duck. And West Indies finished with 171 for 7 of 20 overs. In the end, it definitely proved to be enough. But I thought there was something in it, even though West Indies made 171. I definitely thought that West Indies were in with a chance. But the only thing was Chris Gayle's innings was something absolutely ununderstandable. I was not able to understand Chris Gayle's innings at all. Murtaza bowled well at the start, 4 overs, no maiden, none for 25. Al-Amin Hussain bowling well throughout, 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 21. Ghazi, even though he leaked runs, looked good, 4 overs, none for 38. Sabbir Rahman, 1 over for 12 runs. Mahmudullah, 3 overs, went for 27. Shakib Al Hasan, 3 overs, 1 for 21. And Ziaur Rahman bowling 1 over for 16 runs with a wicket to his name. As far as Bangladesh were concerned, this was not the one that one would have expected. It was a real procession out there as far as Bangladesh were concerned. It all started with Samuel Badri first dismissing Tamim Iqbal, as Tamim Iqbal tried to play a ball. It was a very wonderful catch which was taken by Bravo of the bowling of Badri for 5. That was the first wicket to go. Anamul Haq was stumped in very unusual circumstances. Krishna Santoki is a pace bowler. He got a slower ball, I suppose, which was going down the leg side, and Anamul Haq was stumped by Ramadan. Very quick glove work by the Windies wicketkeeper Dinesh Ramadan, who took the bails off. He was gone for 10 of 7 balls, 2 fours, and Bangladesh were 16 for 2 at that stage. Shakib Al Hasan, the very first delivery he faced from Krishna Santoki, left a huge gap between the bat and pad, and the ball went on to hit the stumps, and Shakib Al Hasan was walking very disappointedly. A clean ball by Santoki of the very first ball he faced, and Krishna Santoki was showing lots of change in pace. And so Shakib Al Hasan was gone, and the top half, the top batsmen were into the pavilion with a score on 16 for 3 in 3.2 overs. After that, Mominul Haq and Mushfiqur Rahim were at the crease. They just stood there briefly, but when the score reached 51, it was the turn for Mominul Haq to go. Sunil Narine, who was unable to really, in the sense, nobody was really able to pick him up, his carom ball and everything, and Mominul Haq was a victim as he went for a shot which was not done at all, and he went down swinging. He was caught. Santoki bowled Narine for 16 of 19 balls with 2 fours, and after that Mushfiqur Rahim was at the crease, but Mushfiqur Rahim was losing partners, as first he lost Sabbir Rahman, who was out when Badri came in and picked up his best analysis in T20 cricket by first getting the wicket of Sabbir Rahman for 1. After that, Mahmudullah was caught by Simmons of the bowling of Badri for 1. So that, and then Mushfiqur Rahim himself succumbed in the quest for quick runs, because he is the one who has to, when he saw that Sabbir Rahman was gone, Mushfiqur Rahim also succumbed. It was a very good catch taken by Bravo of the bowling of Badri for 1, and then Ziaur Rahman, the big hitter, Russell now came in and picked up. So every bowler contributed. Rahman was bowled by Russell for 9. Ghazi was bowled by Russell for 11. In the end, Mashraf Murtaza played some strokes to make 19 of 17 balls with 3 fours. Kushmar Santoki taking his wicket. Al-Amin Hussain was not out or not. And Bangladesh putting up a very dispirited performance there, without going down without a fight, being all out for 98 in 19.1 overs. Looking at the bowling, Samuel Badri, as I said, picked up his best T20 bowling analysis here. 4 overs, no maiden, 4 for 15. Krishna Santoki showed what a wonderful bowler he is, with lots of variation, bowling Yorkers, slower deliveries, getting the ball to come in as he did against Shakib Al Hasan. 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 17 for him. Samuel's 1 over for 9 runs. Dan and Sami bowled 1 over for 6. Sunil Narine, 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 17. Bravo, 3 overs, none for 23. And Andrew Russell picking up 2 wickets for 10 runs of 2.1 overs. With Dwayne Smith, the West Indian big hitter, the smasher, getting 73 odd runs, taking away the man of the match. So congratulations to West Indies. They're getting their first win in this T20 World Cup. And for Bangladesh, the start in the Super 10 has not been good. They really need to improve if they have to put up a good performance, because the upcoming matches that are coming for Bangladesh are going to be toughies. One is against India, one is against Australia. And also, one more thing of note, tomorrow is a rest day in the T20 World Cup. I reckon, yes, it is a rest day in the T20 World Cup 2014, I reckon. And on Thursday, we'll have 2 more matches with South Africa taking on Netherlands. And I think it's England versus Sri Lanka, if I'm not wrong. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that really wraps up my Cricket Happening show for today. As I said, West Indies winning the match by a very huge margin of 73 runs against Bangladesh after putting up a shoddy performance against India. And West Indies, probably the defending champions of the T20 World Cup, are out here to show that that was just a blip, and this is something that West Indies can do to other teams. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the Cricket Show for today. See you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye from your host Ram. Thank you.